Okay, boys and girls, let's get going. Time to do some embroidery. So here we go. Make sure you have your needle, your nice little plastic needle, pair of scissors, piece of paper or Post-it, and 3 pieces of yarn and your burlap. First thing we're gonna have to do is thread that needle, and that's why we have this little piece of paper. Now, let's go ahead and cut a very thin piece of paper off. You can save the rest of that Post-it for something else. We're gonna take it and we're gonna fold it in half. Want to make that nice and thin, just like that, because that's gonna help us to thread our needle. Nobody likes it when you lick the yarn and stick it through the needle. So don't do that. Use my handy method. There we go. So we're gonna take our first piece of yarn. I'm gonna start off with our color of yellow. I'm gonna slide it in here so all those little fuzzy bits get in there. And then I'm gonna take my needle, there's the hole, and just slide it right through. And voila, we can save that for later when we wanna change colors. Now we have a beautiful piece of string threaded in our needle. There we go. Now you could do a couple things. Some people like to knot the ends, but you don't have to. So now we're onto our burlap. Take a look at your burlap. Might have some funny ends to it. You can just push those off. Don't throw them on the floor. Make sure they end up in the trash can because they're kind of scratchy and they are not fun to deal with. There we go. I'm just kind of cleaning up my edges a little bit just to make a nice little edge on there. I'm gonna take these little bits off here. Now be careful. You could easily pull too many threads off and then you wouldn't have any fabric left. That's no fun. And look at that, it's looking much better. So I'm gonna make my first stitch. I'm gonna practice stitching across. There we go. I went in and out several times. And now I'm gonna pull, whoops, there's my pile of mess. Let's move that out of the way. Let's pull the yarn, and then you want to stop right there because you don't want it to pull through. Let's see what happens if I made a mistake and pulled through. Hey, that's not so bad. I could just give it another try. All right, let's try. Pulling through. There we go. Notice I keep it nice and flat. That helps me to control my fabric in case I get a knot or something in it. I'm going to just pull, and then I'm going to stop. And I'm gonna keep going straight. Wait a second, this straight, this is kind of fun, but guess what? I could probably make a turn here, couldn't I? Could I start to make a design? Yeah, I'm gonna go down. So, I'm gonna keep going, and I've decided I wanna go this way. There we go. Just your typical happy day. Creating some different kinds of lines with your Stitchery needle and your yarn. There we go. Well, I'm tired of using yellow yarn, so I've decided I'm gonna cut this off. Oopsie. And now I'm gonna tie my ends. If you're a little kid, you might need help with this. If you're a big kid, you still might need help with this. If you do, don't worry. Just ask, but always try first. Okay, I got a little end there. Now I'm gonna clip these edges off. Some people like the way that looks. It looks like a little bow tie, honestly. Some people don't. So you don't have to clip it off. You could leave it long if you like. That could be part of your design. Okay. And another knot. But don't worry. These are not your clothes. This is just a design. If you don't knot it perfectly, you're still gonna be really, really happy making your Stitchery. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm gonna switch to my orange yarn. There, I love those colors together. They look really good. There's my little needle threader. I'll place the yarn in here. There you go. And there's my needle. I can reuse it as many times as I want. Make sure that goes in really, really tight, right in there. And go ahead and thread that through. Here we go. Now you're ready to continue your art. I look forward to seeing your work. Have fun.